General Langley, you have journeyed far from the halls of AFRICOM, from a nation that projects its power across continents and oceans, to this Sahelian soil, Burkina Faso. Our land, General, is one of ancient dignity, now scarred by conflict, yet pulsating with an unbreakable will to survive, to thrive, to be ourselves. I greet you not as a supplicant, nor as a subordinate, but as the humble servant of the Burkinabè people, a son of this earth, ready to be its shield. Let there be no misunderstanding, no diplomatic ambiguity clouding the air between us. You come with your concerns, your strategic assessments, your offers of partnership, framed in the language of global security. I listen, but it is imperative you understand the ground upon which you stand, and the spirit of the man who stands before you, speaking for millions. When I look across this nation, I see the faces of my people, farmers whose hands are cracked from tilling land that terrorists seek to make barren, mothers who grieve for children, lost to senseless violence, yet still find the strength to nurture the living, youth who dream of a future many said was impossible, a future they are now willing to build with their own sweat, and if necessary their own blood. It is for them, General, for this living, breathing, suffering, hoping entity we call Burkina Faso, that I say this to you, and through you to Washington, and to the world. I, Ibrahim Traoré, Captain of the Armed Forces, current leader of this transition, am prepared to lay down my life for my country. This is not a statement made lightly, nor is it a flourish of rhetoric for international consumption. It is a vow etched in my soul, a conviction forged in the crucible of our national struggle. It is the echo of Thomas Sankara's undying spirit, the silent roar of every Burkinabè who refuses to bow to terror, to poverty, or to external dictation. You represent a military of immense technological capability, a nation of vast resources. You speak of shared threats, of counter-terrorism, of regional stability, and we acknowledge these threats, for they are a daily reality for us. Our soldiers, General, the FDS and the VDP, they do not fight with drones operated from thousands of miles away. They fight face to face with an enemy that seeks to extinguish our way of life. They fall on this very soil, their blood mingling with the dust of their ancestors. They know the price of freedom, the cost of dignity, because they pay it every single day. And if they, the sons and daughters of market women and cattle herders, are willing to make that ultimate sacrifice, how can I, their leader, offer any less? My life is but one thread in the rich tapestry of this nation. If its sacrifice ensures the survival and sovereignty of Burkina Faso, then it is a price I will pay without hesitation, without regret. Perhaps in your world, General, in the corridors of global power, such a declaration sounds anachronistic, even extreme. Perhaps national sacrifice is a concept diluted by complex geopolitical calculations and risk assessments. But here, in the heart of the Sahel, where our very existence is contested, it is the bedrock of our resistance, the wellspring of our resilience. You and your government may look at Burkina Faso and see a piece on a grand chessboard, a data point in the fight against violent extremism, a potential partner, or a problematic variable in your African strategy. You may analyze our choices of international alignment, our rejection of certain historical partnerships that proved more burdensome than beneficial, and draw your own conclusions. You may raise concerns about influences you deem malign. Let me be unequivocally clear. Burkina Faso will choose its own partners based on mutual respect and the tangible benefits they bring to our people, not the strategic comfort they offer to distant powers. We have learned through bitter experience that some hands offered in friendship carry hidden shackles. We have seen aid that deepens dependency and security assistance that fails to secure the lives of ordinary Burkinabè while entrenching external agendas. My readiness to die for this country is intrinsically linked to our unyielding demand for true sovereignty. A sovereignty that means we determine our own destiny, we control our own resources, the gold beneath our soil that has enriched others while our people languish, the land that must feed our children first. A sovereignty that means our security is primarily our responsibility, built with partners who respect our leadership and our choices, not those who seek to impose their models or manipulate our path. This is not a declaration of a death wish, General. Far from it. It is a testament to the fierce love we have for life, a life lived in freedom, in dignity, in security, on our own terms. It is because we value life so profoundly that we are willing to defend it against all who would diminish or destroy it. When a nation and its leaders are prepared to die for what they believe in, it sends a clear message to both friend and foe. Our resolve is absolute. Our commitment is non-negotiable. You speak of fighting terrorism. We live it. We have seen the villages burned, the schools closed, the communities shattered. We understand the enemy, but we also understand that terrorism thrives in a vacuum of hope, in the soil of injustice, and under the shadow of external exploitation. Therefore, our fight is not merely military. It is a fight for development, for education, for healthcare, for empowering our youth, for restoring the people's faith in their own ability to shape their future. And this comprehensive vision, General, requires a leadership that is not afraid, a leadership that leads from the front, sharing the risks and the burdens. I know there are narratives being spun about Burkina Faso, about my leadership. Some will call us radical, isolated, defiant. Let them. Our defiance is against servitude. Our radicalism is the radical belief in our own people. Our isolation, if it is from those who seek to control us, is a welcome solitude. What I want you to understand, General Langley, is that this spirit, this readiness for ultimate sacrifice is not mine alone. It is the quiet determination you will find in the eyes of a young VDP volunteer, armed with an old rifle but an indomitable spirit, guarding his village. It is the resilience of a woman in a displaced persons camp, who has lost everything but not her hope for her children. This fire you see in me burns in the hearts of millions of Burkinabè. They are tired of being pawns. They are tired of promises unfulfilled. They are ready to reclaim their destiny. So, when you report back to Washington, tell them you met a man, a captain, who is but a reflection of his people. Tell them that the path Burkina Faso is charting may be difficult, it may be fraught with peril, but it is our path. Tell them that we seek partnerships based on respect, not paternalism, on mutual interest, not dictated terms. And tell them that the leader of this nation, like so many of his compatriots, values the sovereignty and dignity of Burkina Faso above his own life. We do not seek confrontation, General. We seek the space to breathe, to build, to secure our land and our people according to our own wisdom and with the partners we choose. But if our right to exist as a truly free and sovereign nation is fundamentally challenged, if forces, internal or external, believe they can break our will through intimidation or violence, they will find us unyielding. The soil of Africa has drunk the blood of too many martyrs for us to now surrender our future. Thomas Sankara's words still echo, "Our homeland or death, we shall overcome." That is not mere slogan, it is a sacred commitment. My life is pledged to that overcoming. So, General Langley, as you assess the situation, as you consider your nation's interests and strategies in this vital region, know this, in Burkina Faso, you are dealing with a people and a leadership that have drawn a line in the sand. A line drawn with the ink of our history, the sweat of our labor, and if God wills, the blood of patriots. We stand ready. I stand ready. For the honor, for the dignity, for the future of Burkina Faso. There is no greater cause for which to live, and no nobler cause for which to die. This is our truth. This is our resolve. May it be understood.